We're back now. 8:38. Celebrity Apprentice is about to kick off its 13th season here on NBC. And for lucky number 13, Donald Trump is bringing back a group of all-stars from seasons past. He's with us now, along with his daughter Ivanka, with a sneak peek. Ladies, gentlemen, good morning. Nice to see you.
Hi, Matt.
I'm reading the names here. This is going to be a crazy ride. It really is. Can I go through some of them? Bret Michaels, Claudia Jordan, Gary Busey, Lil Jon, Dee Snider, Stephen Baldwin, Lisa Rinna, Trace Atkins, Mary Lou Henner, Penn Jillette, Omarosa is back.
Omarosa.
What are you expecting here?
Well, it's wild. I mean, we've shot some of it. A lot of it's going to be live, but we've shot some of it, and it is amazing. It's probably as tough and mean and nasty as we've had so far.
Do these guys get the game more now because they've all been through the mill, and how does that change the way they play it?
Well, number one, we picked the best people, and we picked the people that everybody wanted to see. You know, whether it's Gary or Dennis Rodman, we have amazing people.
The Worm.
So we picked the Worm. It was terrific. And by the way, he's much different. He's much better, although there is an explosion somewhere along the line. But
something explodes?
A lot of people are not getting along with Omarosa. She's brutal.
All right. Speaking of people who are different, Ivanka, does Gary Busey scare you a little bit?
He fascinates me.
Why does
Everything he says is he just views the world through a different prism, which is just incredibly interesting.
See, he's been on the show a bunch of times, mostly with you, by the way.
That's right.
I watch him like a hawk. I never take my eyes off
He's
this guy.
highly intense, too, because he's very kind, but he's also, he speaks very close to you, and he's very passionate about everything he says.
Other than in the boardroom, Ivanka, how much contact do you have with these contestants? And when you see them, do they suck up to you a bit, knowing you've got your dad's ear?
It's interesting. Over the years, I've actually become quite close with a lot of the different people who have been on the show, and it's great to maintain the relationship and to get a sense of them when they're not in the game versus when they are. Some of their personalities are exactly the same. Others are much softer in real life. So it's interesting to see that develop in their personalities.
I was reading about the current season, Donald. One thing that struck me you're doing different. If I remember in the past, you'd separate the teams early into the guys versus the women, and not doing that this year.
Well, we're doing it a little bit differently, but I must tell you, the thing that works the best is men against women. It's age-old, perhaps not politically correct, but since when do I care about that?
But you're starting off with team captains.
We are. We did, and we let the team captain pick who they want. So it's different. And one of the reasons we did that, because they all sort of know each other, because they've competed against each other. And, you know, Matt, they've raised millions and millions of dollars with Celebrity Apprentice for charities. Probably, I mean, one night, as an example, I'll tell you, the first night, we raised over $1 million for one charity.
Which is an aspect of the show I don't think that gets talked about enough. I mean, it seems to be cutthroat competition, but it does a lot of good. Bret Michaels, when you look at the list of the people I just ticked off a second ago, he's the only one who actually won his season of Celebrity Apprentice. So is he the odds-on favorite to repeat?
Well, I won't say that, but I will tell you he's a very talented guy. I think he made a terrible mistake because Joan Rivers and Piers Morgan and John Rich and, as you know, Arsenio won. They are all going to be judges. They're going to take Ivanka's place a couple of times, and Eric and Don's
So what
place.
mistake did he make?
Well, I think he shouldn't have done it. I mean, this is like a champion. You know, you're a champion. And a
so
fighter.
You go out on
you know
top?
All about the fighting stuff. I think he made a mistake. I said, I can't believe you're doing this, because you could have sat as a judge on certain evenings and you would have had a good time. He said, no. Now, he did it because he really wanted to raise. He did very well the last time he won, but he raised millions for the charity. He wanted to do it again. I think he made a mistake. It's like a heavyweight champion who gets knocked out, you know, trying to come back. And I don't think he did the right thing.
Ivanka, if your dad weren't the one doing the hiring or the firing, how would he do in this competition?
Oh, he'd be phenomenal.
Do you really think so?
Yeah, I see it every day. So he's
I
a
don't
great.
think so.
No, why don't you think you'd be good at it?
I do.
I don't know.
You're
I
a
think
great
it's
strategist, and you know what's interesting about it is there's so many different skills you have to bring to the table, and why some people really excel is that they're versatile. They're able to apply different skills to different problems, and other people are very good at one specific thing. And Dad's proven through his career to be great at many.
Me, Savannah, Al, or Natalie, who would win if we were on the show?
I refuse to comment. Oh, I'm not doing that. I love you all, and I refuse to comment. I'm going to get in such trouble. I won't do it. But Natalie and I just did a show. We just did a Dateline show. We're hosting a Dateline show. I think it's airing just before The Apprentice. You have to ask Natalie. She's fantastic. And the show is about lottery winners. And some of them lost all their money, and some of them kept all their money and made money.
See,
but it's
only
a very
you could
interesting
manage to
show.
get 2 plugs in for the price of one in one appearance.
No, I'm actually plugging Natalie because she was terrific.
There you go. Donald, Ivanka, great to have you guys here. And you can catch the season premiere of All-Star Celebrity Apprentice at Sunday night, 9, 8 Central Time. Of course, right here on NBC.